guys, it's coffee time. With the Norway mug again, which I've used so many times, but it's like really bright, and it's got like this interesting shape, so every time I open up the cupboard I'm like, oh, maybe I'll use the Norway cup, and then I go, oh, I need to use my other cups more often. But they're all like, I don't have a lot of super colorful mugs, so this one is very bright for me, and I go, ah, bright. I have ice in here because it's so warm in my room. If I walk around the house, I'm like, oh, it feels kind of nice. And then when I walk into my room, it's like a sauna. It's so hot in here. So last night, on Facebook, you guys were talking with me about how funny it is that I've been watching a lot of British TV. I go through moods where I'm really big into British TV. I've always really liked British shows, but sometimes, like, I crave them, and I'm not sure why. I think because it might be kind of a grass is greener situation, I don't know, but I get bored with American television because a lot of times they do the exact same things over and over and over again. So it's fun to watch British TV because you wind up seeing ideas and things that you don't typically see in American shows. So, yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. I watched a lot, actually. Well, okay, wait, let's back up. So, I've watched Merlin since it first started showing, before it even aired in America. And I love that show. And then, I haven't caught up on Doctor Who, but I do really like Doctor Who. I haven't caught up, and dude, I haven't caught up since, it was like season 3? I'm really behind. That's another one that I started watching like the second that the reboot started because I was big into Old Who. I was really big into Old Who on BBC America. And then it rebooted and I was like, awesome! I got really into it for a few seasons and then I stopped and I don't remember why, but now it feels daunting. Although I think it's all on Netflix, so I should just watch it. Yeah. So then the Sherlock BBC show came out. This is probably kind of out of order, but yeah, the Sherlock BBC show came out and I just love it so much. Yeah, love that show. I cannot wait for more of that to come out. And then somebody suggested Misfits to me. I think that was the start of this new binge. Has been Misfits, and then I watched Whites, and oh, and Jonathan Creek was another show that I really liked. And so when I saw that Alan Davies was on Whites, I was like, I love Alan Davies. So then I watched Whites, which I can kind of see why. I'm like, I don't want to put it down now, though. It feels like it's part of my arm. I can kind of see why it got canceled. Is that horrible? Like, it was funny, but it didn't have something that made me go, oh, I want more. Actually, until, like, the last episode. The last episode, I was like, I'm starting to kind of see these characters. Like, I'm starting to care about them. And I didn't really care about them until the very end. So I can understand why it got canceled. And then maybe, like, by the last couple of episodes, they started to warm up to the show, and they were like, oh, we already canceled it! So, yeah. Oh, what else have I watched? Misfits, Whites. Oh, and you guys suggested QI to me last night. I watched like 4 episodes. It's so funny, and they're constantly dropping knowledge on you. I now know that if I found something that looked kind of like a pear but also kind of like an apple, if it floated it would be an apple, but if it sank it would be a pear, because pears are more dense. Knowledge. I know things now. I know new things. It's so funny because like all of the people that they bring on that show are like comedians or just funny in some way, and then they all just like BS about topics, and it's so grand. And more Alan Davies. I'm just so happy. So I have an entire season of that I'm watching. The letter is G. Each season they change the letter. It's so good. I hope that they, what if that show is on for the entire alphabet. I know, your brain just leaked a little. Then what? Then what do we do? I'm really hoping that at some point, this flies out of my hand and hits the camera. I think that would be so funny. So funny. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just like, I'm big into British TV right now. And this will sound kind of weird, but in American TV, and probably also in British TV, I just don't notice it because I don't watch it all the time. In American TV, there are certain types. Like, there are certain stereotypes that they just shove down your throat and you get really sick of them. Whether it's like body type or like a specific, gosh, I need to stop picking it up, the pen. Or like a specific outline for what a lead female has to be or what a lead male has to be. And British TV feels very fresh to us because they make different choices that way. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I need to watch the rest of QI, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. Although, you guys were spamming my Twitter with different shows that I should watch, so I'm like, well, okay. I've never watched The Mighty Boosh. That's another one that people have told me I should watch. I've watched tons of Monty Python, of course, being a theater kid. But I've never seen Spam-A-Lot. I do love musicals, and I've never seen Spam-A-Lot. Depressing. So depressing. I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's any other ones that I've gotten like really big into. I'm trying to think through my DVDs. Do I have DVDs of another British show that I just cannot remember? I don't know. If you haven't seen Jonathan Creek though, it's an older show, but that's a goodie. That's a goodie. That one was suggested to me when I was sick by Total Biscuit, and it was so stellar, so spot on. I really liked it. 'Cause I love crime shows, so when it's a crime show with a twist, then it's so exciting for me. I'm like, a crime show with a twist, I love it. I was talking with a friend of mine about crime shows versus spy shows. She was saying that she can't get enough of spy shows. I was saying I can't get enough of crime shows. But crime shows tend to follow full span. Like, typically you'll wind up at some point seeing like kind of graphic imagery of some sort, whether it's like when they're opening up the body or something like that. And not everybody likes to see that every single episode. I'm totally fine with it, but I totally understand when people are like, you know, I don't like to watch shows like that because I'm probably gonna wind up seeing an organ every single episode. It's like, no, that's true. Some of them try to be less graphic that way though. Like, they'll just show like a really pale face and then have a sheet, and then they'll be like, oh, and right over here you can see the so-and-so, and they'll like have the camera so that you can just like barely, like you can't, yeah. So, I guess, you know, that's a choice. My brother and I used to eat lunch and watch ER all the time. The real ER show, not the fake one. Not the drama. The ER drama. My dad loves that show. I don't think he watches it anymore, though. My dad gets to saturation points with shows where he'll watch the same show for a really long time, and then he'll realize that he's seen every single episode like 3 or 4 times, and then he'll just decide he's not gonna watch it anymore, and he'll just stop. He did that with Northern Exposure, too. That's a great show. But he had seen every episode so many times that he was like, no, done, I'm good. Although the one that he has watched, I think, since I was born, like, just over and over and over again, never get sick of it, is Perry Mason. He loves that show so much. Yeah, that was a staple in our household. That and Twilight Zone. Watched a lot of those shows. Yeah. TV. Some TV is fun. I'm on a Sometimes I'll go for months without watching anything, and then me. But anywho, I'm gonna edit my news episode, and try to cool down. It is too hot. It's too hot in here. But I hope that you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. And if there's a show that you think that I should watch, that there's a possibility I haven't watched, you should let me know. Yeah. Alright, bye-bye. Mwah.